Hi guys, my name is SincerelyOghosa. Welcome back to my channel. I upload beauty, lifestyle, straight talking videos, and if you haven't come across my channel before, please make sure you click the subscribe button that's below. Thank you so much in advance. Oh, in case you're wondering, I do actually have hair behind. I'm not bald. It's by the title you'll know we're going to be talking about the whole TERROLL Lewis fiasco today. If you don't know about it, basically, so TERROLL Lewis was in the Daily Mail for slapping or hitting, physically abusing Leanne Pinnock, who's one of the girls in the mix. So unfortunately, he physically abused her. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the Twitter boy warriors got information and they started basically defending TERROLL Lewis. He's also a video that he came out with his jobless t-shirt line, clothing line. Twitter boys are defending this, some females as well, who are really lost in the sunken place. And we're basically victim blaming, saying that she must have provoked him, that we don't know the whole story, that the Daily Mail are trying to make him look bad, that you shouldn't believe anything that you read on the internet, basically trying to minimize and justify what he's done. Now, for 1 second, I'm just going to talk to the black men who are justifying this, the black men and the black women. You guys know what it's like to be marginalized, to have your story minimized and just disregarded basically by white press, white people. And one of the greatest examples of that is police brutality. Whenever we talk about that on Twitter, on the internet, on social media, a lot of white people say that, oh, it's not that bad, the black man or woman must have done something to provoke the police, we don't know the whole story, we can't just believe anything on the internet. Now, to me, that sounds very similar to what a lot of these Twitter boy warriors are saying, and it's like, I think a lot of these guys, some of these girls, they can't fathom the idea that this could happen to someone they know. They can't fathom the idea that this could happen to their mom, this could happen to their sister or their daughter. For them, it's a separate issue. It's affecting some other girl, and if it's some other girl, then it has nothing to do with them. When it comes to talking about females, a lot of these guys, they're just unwilling to see the bigger picture. When black men are murdered in police custody or by the police before they even unfortunately get into the police station, you know, there's hashtags Black Lives Matter. Black men fully comprehend and understand what racism is and how it affects our community, but when it comes to the mistreatment of women, black men just aren't, not all of them, but a lot of them aren't able to see how black women are mistreated, how women in general are mistreated. And I think if you go further, that extends to men as a whole, and that's why it's called male privilege. They can't see beyond the advantages they have of being a man. Like, when injustices affect us, they're not willing to scrutinize the evidence or think twice about it. They're willing to take it as it is and judge us. But when things affect them, when they are mistreated, they're like, oh, the evidence needs to be scrutinized. You can't take everything so seriously. You can't believe the internet. You can't believe the tabloids. It's just this annoying double standard. And unfortunately, some women were excusing TERROLL Lewis's behaviour as well, and as I said, they're just in the sunken place and their eyes are blinded by misogyny. As like the news continued to go on, a lot of people started to victim blame Leanne Pinnock, saying that she must have asked for it, that she must have done something to provoke him. Every day blaming women. Every day. If you're such a big man, why don't you take responsibility for what you've done? Demand accountability from your sex. So we're just going to break down victim blaming for a second. Victim blaming helps misogynists think that there isn't much wrong with our world. It makes them think that our world is fair, and that feeds into male privilege, because male privilege is the ability to reap the rewards of what the world gives you as a man, what you can achieve in the world as a man because you're a man, and it blinds you to the disadvantages of being a female, whether you're black, white, Latina, whatever. So obviously the misogynist is looking at domestic abuse, he's rape, and he's looking at all of these horrible things, and when he's able to victim blame, he can explain it away, he can justify it. If you've ever seen that picture of the dog in the flaming house, like, this is fine, that's literally the misogynist in this situation. As I said before, black men, you lot know what it's like for white people to do the exact same thing to us when it comes to us talking about racism, when it comes to us talking about how racism affects the community. You know what it's like for white people to explain it away and do the exact same thing that you're doing when it comes to talking about women. Can you see now why women say that men are trash? I'm not saying that men are trash, but can you see, maybe, can you understand, have some perspective of why women say that men are trash? Because when it comes to the mistreatment of women, there has to be an explanation for the mistreatment. There has to be. But when men are mistreated, extra facts are irrelevant, and they get information and they protest. And, you know, victim blaming, you'll see it happen a lot with rape victims, with sexual abuse victims, with molestation victims, especially with domestic violence victims. People like to make it look as if the victim has somehow allowed the situation to happen. That we need to make sure that we understand that physical abuse against both of the sexes is wrong. Domestic violence against both sexes is wrong. So the same way that Solange beat up Jay-Z, yes, I know a lot of girls were applauding it, but that was wrong too. I think the reason that a lot of people are upset is because TERROLL hasn't actually made an apology. It's just, I think it's just the fact that he has the audacity to basically profit off of abusing a woman, really. Like, a lot of boys will say, oh, you know, feminists hate men, feminists are lesbians, feminists are bra burners, we just want equality. And this situation here, right now, is why we need equality, because how is man collecting money to now make shirts after he's just hit a girl in the face? You know, a lot of people will be like, oh, he's within his rights to make a t-shirt line. Of course he is, but at the end of the day, if he had not hit Leanne Pinnock, it would not have been in the Daily Mail, they wouldn't have called him jobless, and he wouldn't have been able to make money off of it. But he's literally making money off of his physical abuse action. You know, I'm not going to say that there's anything that we can do to avoid being in the situation that Leanne Pinnock was, because, you know, I can't, saying that would make it seem, would literally be victim blaming. There's nothing I can say that can advise you to avoid that situation, but I just hope that if you do find yourself in that situation, God forbid, that you do have the strength to speak up about it and report it to the police. If you did agree with this video, whether you agreed or you disagreed, please do leave a comment below. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope that you did enjoy it. If you did, please do click the subscribe button, which will be there, and if you want to watch my last video, it's there. So yeah, last video, and please do subscribe, and yeah, share this with your friends, your family members, and yeah, just get woke, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.